Welcome, my dear Alchemicjoker family. A powerful message awaits us today. Dive in and God bless.
Welcome back, my beautiful outcasts, my rejected royals, my misunderstood masterpieces. You, the ones they didn't believe in, until it was too late. Let's talk about them, shall we? The ones who whispered, "Are they even worth it?" The ones who smirked, tested, ghosted, laughed. The ones who measured your value based on how quiet you were, how quickly you said yes, how much of your soul you were willing to shrink just to make them comfortable. They wanted to know who you were. So they asked around, they investigated, they probed, like cowards afraid to look you in the eye and ask directly. And what did they hear? Everyone said the same damn thing. Oh, them. Yeah, they're one of the best. The best. Not average, not convenient, not replaceable. The best. And now? No, they look stupid. Now they look like clowns auditioning for a role you were born to play. Let me tell you something. They had the blueprint to a palace, and they built a shack instead. They had a front row seat to greatness, and they traded it for a cardboard ticket to mediocrity. They had you. And they fumbled hard. Why? Because they weren't ready to be near someone who didn't need them. They weren't prepared for someone with power they couldn't control. Someone who didn't break down just because they pulled away. They were used to puppets, but you were fire. You were thunder. You were a damn storm. See, you didn't beg. You didn't plead. You didn't chase. You let them walk. You watched them walk. And in that silence, you became unforgettable. Because you didn't just disappear. You evolved. And now they look dumb. Because you're glowing in places they swore you'd never reach. They told people you were too much. That you cared too deeply. That you wanted too many answers. But guess what? Those same people they warned about you. They watched you rise. They watched your name echo in rooms you never stepped foot in. They watched the glow-up they were too blind to appreciate. Now every time your name comes up, they flinch. They smile awkwardly. They lie. They say, "Yeah, we used to be close," as if they didn't throw you away like spare change. But here's the plot twist, my darling. You don't even hate them. You've leveled up past revenge. You don't want them to suffer. You just want them to watch. And oh, they are watching, silently, obsessively, secretly. They're scrolling through your wins with shaking fingers, reading your posts with a lump in their throat, replaying your voice in their head like a ghost that won't leave. Because now they see it. Everyone was right. They really were the best. And they looked dumb as fuck. Here's what makes it worse for them. You didn't change for validation. You didn't win out of spite. You didn't rise just to prove a point. You did it because that's who you are. You've always been the best. You just got tired of proving it to people who couldn't see beyond their own fear, people who mistook your silence for weakness, who confused your empathy for naivety, who thought your loyalty meant you'd stay no matter how they treated you. Fools, they gambled your value and lost big. Now they've got nothing but echoes and regret. You know what they hate the most? That you never came back begging. You never sent the "I miss you" text. You never tried to fix what they broke. You moved on like a force of nature. Unapologetic, relentless, radiant, and the silence you gave them, it's louder than any apology they could have faked. Let me say it loud so they feel it. You were the best thing that ever happened to them. And now they sit in quiet little corners, scrolling, regretting, replaying every word they wish they hadn't said. Every moment they were too busy. Every time they laughed at your potential. Every damn time. They treated you like an option. Now they look dumb because they asked the world about you, and the world told them the truth. They're the best. You better not mess it up. But they did. Oh, they did. Here's your victory. You didn't chase. You didn't crumble. You didn't shrink. You outgrew the room they tried to trap you in, and now they don't fit in yours. You were never too much. You were never asking for too much. They were just never enough. Let them keep pretending it was mutual. Let them tell their half-baked stories to anyone who'll listen. Meanwhile, you keep rising, quietly, powerfully, permanently, because you are the story now, and they're just a paragraph you'll never reread. Because that's all they were, a footnote in a chapter about your awakening, a barely remembered face in the crowd you had to pass through, on your way to becoming untouchable. See, you thought they were part of your story, but no. They were just the glitch, the slowdown, the static, the bitter taste you needed so you'd never again settle for cheap love in pretty packaging. And now you've become the lesson they teach in whispers, the warning they give their friends. Don't mess this one up. Now you're the one they compare everyone else to, and no one measures up. Because there's no replacement for real. There's no stand-in for the energy you carried, no knockoff version of your loyalty. You were the original, the rare breed, the kind of soul people only meet once and ruin forever. Let them watch you shine, knowing they had you at your rawest, your most forgiving, your most open. And still, they blew it spectacularly. Let them replay every what if. Let them drown in should have texted and should have tried. Because now the apology would be too late. Even if it was perfect, you've evolved past the apology, past the fixing, past the closure. You are the closure. Your silence, your glow-up, your peace. That's the answer to every question they never had the courage to ask. And don't you dare shrink when they come crawling back with their rewritten memories. Don't you dare forget what it took to get here. The nights you cried, the days you smiled through hell, the mental gymnastics you performed just to make sense of their chaos. That pain wasn't for nothing. It forged something they'll never get close to again. It carved a version of you they can't manipulate, can't predict, can't even understand. You outgrew them, not because you changed, but because you finally saw them clearly. They never saw your worth. They only saw what they could take from you, until you stopped giving. And then, suddenly you were different. You were cold, arrogant, selfish. No, darling, you just stopped playing small. You stopped auditioning for roles beneath your level. You stopped bleeding for people who wouldn't even hand you a bandage. So let them talk. Let them twist the story. Let them claim they walked away. We both know the truth. They left when they realized they couldn't control you. They vanished when they felt your power growing. They ran when your self-respect finally started screaming louder than your love for them. And now they look dumb, stupid, actually, because they could have had a front row seat to the phenomenon that is you. Instead, they watched it all from behind a screen, pretending they're not still haunted by your name. You owe them nothing, not a conversation, not a warning, not a response. Your absence is the message, your silence is the headline, and your glow is the revenge. They had access to the purest form of you, and they fed it to their ego like it was disposable. Now they're starving. So walk tall, unbothered, not out of arrogance, but because you earned this version of you, the one who no longer apologizes for their strength, the one who no longer answers to people who only show up when it's convenient. Let them feel the weight of what they lost. Let them rot in the echo chamber they created with their pride. And let them forever wonder what could have been if only they'd listened. Everyone they asked said you were the best. Now they know it. Too late and too loud. And oh, don't you love the irony? How the silence they forced on you is now the one choking them. They gag on every unspoken word. They wince at your name in rooms where they once bragged about moving on. They flinch when someone says, "You messed up, didn't you?" And all they can do is fake a smile. Because the whole world sees what they refused to. Everyone told them, warned them, spoke highly of you, over and over again. The same message. You won't find another one like them. But they didn't listen. They thought you were bluffing, that you'd always be there, just waiting, orbiting, shrinking to fit the story they wrote for you. They were wrong. You stopped orbiting and became the sun, and now they burn just trying to look your way. They didn't realize they were standing in the presence of someone chosen, not chosen by people, chosen by pain, chosen by fire, chosen by the kind of betrayal that doesn't just hurt, it sharpens. See, pain either poisons you or perfects you, and in your case, it built something dangerous, something final, something that can't be fooled, baited, or broken again. They underestimated what happens when someone like you gets tired. Tired of explaining, tired of justifying, tired of proving your worth to people who couldn't even spell loyalty. You gave them everything, and they gave you silence, excuses, and attitude. And now they want to check in. Now they want to see how you've been. Now they're lurking in the shadows, watching your life like a trailer to a movie they got cut from. But that seat's been filled. The show has moved on. And the star isn't looking back. Let them tell people you changed. Let them say you switched up. Let them call you bitter, cold, or distant. But you and I both know the truth, don't we? You're just done. Done begging people to recognize what they asked others about. Done letting cowards borrow your magic just to throw it in the dirt. Done explaining to people that the best doesn't mean the easiest. You were the best. You still are. You always will be. But now the price went up. And they can't afford to even speak your name without tasting regret. They didn't just lose a person. They lost a once-in-a-lifetime energy. A soul that didn't come to take, but to build, to pour, to love deeply, recklessly, sincerely. They lost the kind of loyalty that doesn't bend, the kind of presence that elevates everyone around it. They lost the one person who could see through them and still tried anyway. And now they scroll, now they wonder, now they pretend, but deep down, they know they messed up. Bad. And here's the part they'll never say out loud. They didn't leave you because you weren't good enough. They left because you were too good for the games they still wanted to play. They weren't ready to be seen, to be loved that hard, to be held that accountable. So they ran. And then they asked around, just to make sure they didn't miss anything. And everyone told them the same thing. You just lost the best thing you'll ever have. And now they carry that truth like a weight on their neck. You're not broken, you're not sad, you're not stuck, you're unreachable, unfazed, unapologetic, you're not bitter, you're wiser, you're not cold, you're selective, you're not distant, you're guarded by experience now. And that experience has taught you this. Never explain yourself to people who had full access to you and still couldn't see you. Let them look dumb. Let them drown in the contradiction. Let them try to act like they chose to lose you. Because deep down, they begged the universe for someone like you. And when they got you, they failed the test. And the universe? Oh, it doesn't give second chances like that. Not when you fail something that sacred. Not when you mishandle something that real. You were the test, the divine curveball. The rare moment where life offers someone gold and watches to see if they can recognize it without melting it down for profit. They didn't just fail. They exposed themselves. They revealed everything you suspected but kept silencing in your own heart. That little tug in your chest that said, "Something's off. This isn't love. This is convenience. This is control." But you stayed. You hoped. You built bridges with your bare hands, while they played with lighters behind your back. And now the bridge is ash, and they're standing in the smoke, coughing on their own cowardice, trying to figure out how they lost the one person who would have burned the whole world down just to keep them warm. You were all in. That's what makes it so devastating for them. You weren't halfway. You didn't play games. You weren't keeping backups or options. You bet everything on them, and they folded with a full hand. Not because they didn't believe in you, but because they never believed in themselves. People like that, they don't lose you because you were too much. They lose you because they were too small, too addicted to the cheap validation, too fragile to stand next to something that shines without dimming itself, too insecure to accept love that doesn't demand masks or manipulation. So they break you, not because you deserved it, but because they couldn't survive being truly seen. And now the silence is louder than the goodbye. Now your absence screams in every corner of their life. Now your name tastes like regret. Now they're sitting in their fake comfort, surrounded by people who don't challenge them, don't elevate them, don't reflect truth back into their eyes. Because truth? That's what you were. You weren't just love. You were a mirror. And what they saw in it scared the hell out of them. So now they do what cowards always do. They rewrite the story, make themselves the victim, tell everyone you changed, tell people you became cold, distant, different. But that's not what happened, is it? You woke up. You stopped making excuses for their behavior. You stopped watering dead things. You stopped bleeding to prove you deserved to stay. And now they sit in their own mess, surrounded by people who will never love them the way you did. Because they're safer and smaller and won't ever demand growth. Let me tell you what's coming next. They'll try again. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But one day, when the silence grows too loud, when the glow-up becomes impossible to ignore, when the truth starts closing in, they'll reach out, they'll check in, they'll send a weak little line, just thinking about you. Hope you're okay. You crossed my mind. Don't fall for it. They're not sorry. They're circling. They don't miss you. They miss access. They miss your energy, your stability, your wisdom. They miss the way you made them feel safe inside the very chaos they caused. But now they don't get access. Now they only get the memory. And that's a life sentence for people like them. So let them sit in the cheap seats, watching you win from a distance. Let them hear your name in success stories they're no longer part of. Let them choke on the praise others give you, the very praise they once ignored. Because the truth, they had the best. Everyone told them. And now, they get to live with the fact that they weren't good enough to keep it. And that truth, it doesn't go away. It wakes them up at night. It follows them into every new connection they try to build, every smile they fake, every post they scroll past, every dull conversation they have. It all whispers your name. Because once someone's had a taste of real, everything else feels like ash in their mouth. They'll try to replace you. They'll chase watered-down versions of your intensity. They'll fall into shallow hands and hollow hearts, thinking they can fill the void with distraction. But it doesn't work, because no one else was there when they were at their lowest. No one else held their chaos with steady hands. No one else believed in them harder than they believed in themselves. You were the difference. You were the one that made average feel unlivable. You were the one that set the bar so high, they can't even look at new people without mentally measuring them against you. And guess what? No one measures up. Not emotionally, not spiritually, not in energy, not in presence, not even close. They can pretend all they want, smile in pictures, laugh too loud at parties, post inspirational quotes they barely understand, but you see right through it. Because when you've loved someone deeply, you always know when they're faking peace. And oh, they're faking it. They're faking everything. Because deep down, they know. They were told who you were. They were warned. Everyone said it. You won't do better than that one. And now they're forced to live in that echo. Every single day. You, though, you're not the same. You're sharper, colder, maybe. But not in a bitter way. In a clean way. You don't tolerate nonsense. You don't explain your value anymore. You don't argue with people committed to misunderstanding you. You walk different. You move like someone who knows what they bring to the table, and finally realizes it's not your job to drag people to dinner who'd rather eat crumbs. And that scares them more than anything, because when they left, they thought you'd fall apart. They expected a breakdown. They expected begging, panic, desperation. But instead, they got silence. They got elegance. They got detachment so cold it burned. They watched you disappear without drama, without begging, without explaining. And that's what haunts them, because they didn't expect you to find peace without them. They didn't expect you to rise without needing their approval. They didn't expect that you were the glow the whole time. And now that you're gone, nothing shines. So let them sit in their own ignorance. Let them marinate in their own arrogance. Let them dress up regret and parade it around like it's confidence. You've outgrown that version of you, the one who needed to be chosen, the one who needed to be understood. Now, you're not looking to be chosen. You are the choice. You are the reward. You are the one who gets to decide who gets access and who stays exiled. Because the lesson isn't just about them losing you. It's about you finally realizing what they lost. You're not the same one they left. That version of you is gone. Buried under every red flag you ignored, every tear you wiped alone, every time you had to remind yourself. This is not what love is supposed to feel like. And what rose in its place, something unshakable. Something they will never be allowed near again. Let them regret it. Let them lie about it. Let them watch you. Because the one thing they never expected to lose was someone who knew exactly who they were and still gave them everything. And now they look dumb. Because everyone warned them and they still fumble. You were the best. You still are. And now they'll only get to witness it from the outside. Yes, that's their punishment now. Watching the person they doubted become the standard they'll never touch again. Watching you rise in places they never believed you'd reach. Watching strangers cherish the version of you they crushed. Watching every win, every glow, every moment of peace, knowing they could have had forever. but couldn't handle your truth for even a minute. And that's the joke, isn't it? They asked everyone else. They collected opinions. They ran surveys in whispers and got the same response every time. You are the best.
Thank you for watching, family. We do hope this message was helpful and life-changing. Don't forget to join the Alchemicjoker community where we transform pain into power. Stick around for more powerful messages. We love you.